it's nice to see all of us here together. And just trying to make sure we're on. My computer looks a little messed up, but hopefully it will all work out. Yeah. There we go. Actually, don't need this. So, today we have our final time with our Piku Day, and I'm very excited to be ending this because, you know, I really do kind of look at it and it's all the details of the tabernacle. And like, what are we going to make of this? Are we going to talk about one of the golden rings, or are we going to talk about the cherubim? And, you know, how are we going to do this? And he gathers the entire community together. He asks for people that have a willing heart to bring everything that they can, and they bring so much that Moses is like, okay, we have enough stuff. About at the beginning of the week, those people make the tabernacle, but everybody has a role in it. Right? The person that puts the tent peg in is just as important as the person that designs the cherubim that go over the ark. The person that, makes the poles is just as important as the one who fashions the gold. And everybody has their role to do. Some people are coming with a kind of willing heart. Other people are coming into this with a skill and endowed by God with wisdom. But when we think about this idea that at the very beginning, the people that aren't making it are also experiencing the tabernacle go up. Okay. Okay. Hello, Chuck and Lisa, Kathy and Irene. Let me know if it's working. We all feel it. Something that's happening thousands and thousands of miles, and one of the ways about these exact moments. Around it. But in that when a we all share in the joy of whatever that creation brings. And it leads us to a phrase that whatever is going on in our lives right now needs to be celebrated just like everything else. The tradition, when someone dies, that those that are left behind, family members, wear what's called a kriya ribbon. And really tradition. Their clothes, and the tradition is that you say a blessing and you rip it like it's being Um, the judge, did that really looks like I'm freezing. I'm very sorry about that. There was a machine going. Maybe it got in the way of that. So I've come to understand that God is judging that moment in life as a true moment. Dayan Hamet, Judge of Truth. And we must, each of us, come to that table understanding this is a true moment in my life. This has happened. And I need to accept the truth of the moment. I think that's true on creative sides, on creation sides, on experience. Every moment we live is a true moment. And that moment when they finish making the tabernacle and everybody is gathered to is doing it together and they judge that moment. Lifts them in their existence in the world. I'm really, really sorry. In terms of, the speed, but it does not look very good. And I know I have the Wi-Fi on my phone, so I'm really sorry about that. Well, Kathleen insists. So I'm sorry. I have to apologize, but I have to judge this moment now, and I'm going to have to just live with that. So if we judge every one of the moments as a true moment in our lives, then we're saying this moment matters. And as we go through our day, and we go through even the mundane tasks that we have to do, there can be a sense of gratitude in those because that moment is a true moment in your life. It's a true moment in my life. That every interaction I have, every time I take care of something, or I finish something, or I get something started, or I'm in the midst of creating, every one of those moments is an absolutely true moment in my life. And when you really think about it, to do in our meditation, to those moments in our lives, recognize how real they are, recognize and notice what those moments do to you physically, mentally, emotionally. Take stock and notice of those moments. And then if that moment is judged as a good moment for you, then you may want to continue doing it. If it's judged as something, that you don't want to, you always have that option of just not doing those things. So this idea that we can judge every moment as true, every moment is true. But the truth of each moment is this either works for me, it doesn't work for me, it half works for me, it half doesn't. But that we can take our own judgments, leave them aside and say, this is true. This is happening. This is a part of my life existence. What we do in this half hour is true for every single one of us. This is where we are. This is what we are doing. And that's sometimes hard to grasp because either we want something different to be happening. It's our worst nightmare, what is happening. But if we just look at it and say, okay, this might be my worst nightmare, but This is a moment of my life. This is a part of my story. It's a part of my journey. And I think that Vayak'heil, when Moses brings every is made, and we can. So, something I wanted us to keep in mind. Also, my brother-in-law is in town. He needs this space to start something at 6. So we're going to end about 2 or 3 minutes early today. We'll probably end at about 5:57. I pledge your forgiveness. But I promised him that I'd be out of here so that he can take care of his work. This is what happens when you cooperate with family members, and we all have to be inside in our spaces. If I'd known that, I might have been in the office, but that's okay. Let's move to the truth of our meditation today, and get to the time when we're quiet and we're about nothing. If we can do that. Huh, that's very strange. Just at my. Here we go. We're just breathing regular. Yesterday we took some deep. I like to start with deep breaths. That's beautiful. Start just in your regular breathing. That's fine too. Just kind of concentrating on our breath. We're concentrating on how the breath moves the stomach, how this expands and contracts, whether it makes us a little dizzy, whether it hurts our throat, in our maybe we feel it in our shoulders. What the breath does for you. So I apologize. Waiting for a live signal. Sure, but let's get to our breathing. And are we ready? Okay. with love, with kindness. Happens to every one of us. As we move to our final minutes together, we want to call upon two questions. May I feel joy, and may I feel whole. I must say I'm a little bit paranoid about what's happening with our video that's distracting me from this is what this is about, is to not let it bother me, and to just finish what we're doing. So we ask for two feelings. We ask for the feeling of joy and a feeling of may I feel whole. It's hard to find joy sometimes, especially on days like this. It's hard to recognize our wholeness. Perhaps they're aspirational, but we ask, may I feel joy, and may I feel whole, or whatever that means to you. May I feel joy, and may I feel whole. May I feel whole, and may I feel joy. May I feel joy, and may I feel whole. And with each breath, we ask for one of those feelings. To feel joy, to feel whole. May I feel joy. May I feel whole. May I feel joy, and may I feel whole. If you'd like to invite someone to be with you, to offer them these feelings, just picture someone in your mind's eye in front of you. And we offer these two feelings. May you feel joy, and may you feel whole. May you feel joy, and may you feel whole. May you feel joy. May you. And then I to yourself as we're about to close our evening. May I thank you so much for joining me today again. And may you have a beautiful Shabbat, a wonderful weekend, and tonight, a great night. Take care, and we'll see you next week.